Wow, that is something else. It's May 2nd, and that is full bloom. That's not a decorative cherry. This is an actual cherry tree. And all of that, later in the season, will be edible fruit. And here we have it on a midsummer's morning. It's late June, which is the best time of year, in my opinion. There's some other trees, fruit trees in here. This one is a peach tree. It's loaded if you look, but they're not quite ready yet. This one, I believe it's a plum, but you probably have to have a counterpart for pollination because it hasn't produced any fruit. I don't know that for sure, I'm just speculating. That's a chestnut, and those two are apples. Back there, you can see, is my swing. I have another entire video on that subject, which I haven't got around to finishing. Honestly, probably 3/4 of the content that I film never makes it to video. So there's only a 75% chance that this will even make it to video. But it's a beautiful morning, and I'm thinking about doing a lot of things, but I figured I would show you around a little bit first, just for a couple minutes. The bluebird is quite timid. He's chatty. He makes lots of kind of interesting sounds. In the video that I shot about it, he's on that utility pole, but they've since moved to the grape trellis back there. There's a box in there, and they seem to prefer that one, which is nice for us because we can watch from the kitchen window. This is a public road. It doesn't get much traffic, as you can probably tell. But there's a couple fruit trees. Planted two additional apples. I can't remember what that is. A pear maybe, and then there are 2 plums down there. I don't know much about it, and it's a science, and it takes a lot of reading, and that's a topic that I don't have all that much time for at the moment. There's a lot of nuance to it because the way in which certain trees interact with one another and their properties intersect causes this Venn diagram of problems that I just haven't had the time or inclination to sort out. There's box number 2. It is inhabited. I just did some work on fixing it up, this grape trellis. But the grapes are not all that healthy at the moment because there's some mystery vine that has this, and I don't know what it is, and I'm waiting to see if it flowers to determine whether or not it was deliberate. But this is a beautiful structure. It's so simple, and I wouldn't have built it, but it came with the place with these established vines, and now that it's already here, I love it. I totally recommend that you make one. It's just all 8-foot treated material, and the birds just love it. And if you can see it from your window, like we can, while you're eating, it's just great. It's just non-stop bird action. Yes, I am that domesticated at this point in my life. Scanning around, I will probably put my greenhouse over there between the house and the garage someday, but hopefully before the end of the summer I'll install it, or construct it. I have another video about disassembling it that I still haven't finished the edit on. It was pretty tedious. Lots of trails through here. We made running trails and for use with quad riding, and that's another project that's soaking up a lot of my time at the moment. I have a utility quad now that's a little bit, it makes it a little bit easier for me to harvest firewood. But working on the trails was very time consuming and labor intensive to smooth them all out, to make it so that you could have a cart path. But it's time well spent, I suppose. It's hard work, but it's rewarding in the long run. I know the shaky camera is an issue, and I've been meaning for a long time to get some sort of GoPro or something that does a better job with the shaky camera, but that's another one of my empty promises. It's just something that time hasn't allowed for. So there's some pollywogs in here finally. They've hatched. And look, we have a water plant now. I took it maybe, I don't know, a month or two ago from down over the hill in the floodlands, and it took like a fish to water. Lots and lots of ferns here. We have many different varieties. They come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. All variations of green. Look at that back there. Let's go check that out. So I've had a couple of different ideas about long-term housing of firewood. And one of those ideas was to put a four-poled natural-like structure with these, you know, like a log structure. But this thing was constructed out of stuff that I found on site. There was a lot of garbage here. So there are these old horse gate things, and I adjust for light. I just grinded off the unnecessary bits so that they were just U-shaped things. And then what I did was stretch the tarp over it. And then what holds the structure from falling is rope. That's all. It's just cheap rope that it ties to that one and then wraps around and wraps around, wraps around, and ties back there. And the premise is that it keeps the ropes, the sides can't move without putting the rope under tension, and it causes the structure to remain. I don't know, think about it. I don't want to explain it right now. But there's probably, wow, I don't know if it's close to 16 feet wide, maybe. I don't know. So there's something like 3 cords when it's full. I don't know. There's a lot. There are 3 stacks in there. Lots of work. You can think of it as that much firewood. It's kind of a thing of beauty because it's like a storehouse of potential energy. Most of it is maple in this case, which burns really hot and clean. And there's quite a bit of splitting over the course of the last few months. The structure rests on gravel, and it's built on some old pallets that were also on site. Now this is not, hopefully, permanent, but it can easily get me through a year or two. There's also a resident snake in there. The only poisonous snakes that I have to worry about out here are the copperhead. In Pennsylvania, really only the copperhead and the rattlesnake. And the rattlesnake doesn't come up here, really. So my only concern is the copperhead, and they're very rare and very timid. Most of our snakes are harmless then. So, flea market find. $5 for 2 of them. They swivel. and I just stuck them on logs. Very comfortable. So what projects am I working on? Most immediately some novelty for my main channel, and then a water collection system for the second channel, and a hummingbird feeder that's beautifully simple and elegant for my main channel. And lots of projects. This is what soaks up most of my time. As of lately, I'm trying to restore this. I had it running. It was a rusty mess when I first got it, and I modified the cart to hitch up to it. Maybe someday I'll discuss that if anybody's interested. But today's project is carburetor reconstruction. Yay. It's tedious. I don't like doing it, but it's necessary. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that I'm still alive, and this is the present state of my shop. It's coming along. And soon project is going to be a construction of a wall there. I took the light out in preparation for it. It's going to go right in the middle of that window, and hopefully that will be a man door like this, hopefully glass, because it's got a nice view back there, which I cannot make use of at the moment. But that's pretty nice, and I'd like to cash in on that. Okay, enjoy your midsummer. See ya.